The African Export-Import Bank, Afreximbank, in a recent report revealed that one of the major reasons intra-African trade is low is because of lack of access to trade and market information. Trade amongst African countries remains at 15%, comparing poorly in relation to those of Europe at 59%, Asia 51%, and North America's 37%. In order to bridge that gap, Afreximbank, amongst other initiatives, decided to convene the Intra-African Trade Fair, IATF, scheduled to hold every 2 years. This was so African entrepreneurs could connect with buyers and sellers from across the continent while sharing trade and market information amongst themselves. The Intra-African Trade Fair, IATF, was recently held in Egypt. It was a 7-day show providing investors and countries the opportunity to meet, discuss, and conclude business deals. It also allowed exhibitors the window to showcase their goods and services, engage in business-to-business exchanges, and conclude business deals. Apart from participating at the event, one beautiful thing the Bank of Industry did was to sponsor some of its customers who are local manufacturers to Egypt so they could exhibit their wares at the fair. This gave them the much-needed exposure into the sub-regional market, and they're grateful for it.
As a Nigerian businesswoman, it has given us a lot of exposure. It has given us the immense opportunities that are embedded in regional trade in Africa. We've seen a lot of talent, we've seen a lot of opportunities for collaboration, opportunities to grow our businesses and work together in, building a formidable brand out of Africa to the world. Well, to be honest, we have benefited from our relationship with Bank of Industry, not just in inviting us to access loans, but in helping us to build exposure and capacity in our businesses. Bank of Industry, for example, sponsoring us to this intra-African trade, to me is, they're going an extra mile in enhancing and adding value to our businesses. This is not the only opportunity we've had as a business to be sponsored, to a fair by Bank of Industry. So our relationship with Bank of Industry has been tremendously helpful, not just in enabling us to access finances, but in enhancing our business and helping us to build capacity.
Nwabweze Ernest is the secretary of the Aba Leather Products Manufacturers Association from Abia State. He speaks about the Bank of Industry's intervention in the Aba Leather cluster back home.
All this while, we've been, what businesses are like in Nigeria. All this while we seek for funds, none came. We'll be looking for areas to seek funding, none came. So initially we do get our capital generated by ourselves. So now we suddenly got a partner, Bank of Industry, who decided to give us a working capital to do more of the products. So it has been working well. Many people have accessed it. Yet many more are yet to access. Many are still applying. Many are at the verge of receiving the funds. Many are at the verge of applying. So in everything, we acknowledge the fact that BOI came to our aid. Initially when we came, it was just all about exhibition. So we started exhibiting and how good and how well the products were, people were just eager to buy. So initially we said we were not going to sell, but suddenly we decided to change because most of them were just pleading for us to give them the products, either as samples or as something they will keep to say that yes, they were at the trade fair. So we started selling, and all of a sudden everything just got sold off. So as you can see, my stand is as empty as anywhere. That's it. We got an information from the BOI that they wanted to bring the Aba leather cluster to Egypt for the whole of Africa to see that Aba is really good in leather products. So we came here under the sponsorship of BOI. They paid our fare. They paid for everything, both the pavilion you're seeing now and everything. So we came to Egypt under the sponsorship of BOI. We appreciate, because calculating of what amount of money has been spent on us, we really need to say thank you, BOI.
With this sort of exposure being provided by the Bank of Industry, these Nigerian businesses would be able to grow their customer base beyond the shores of the country. It's the first step in positioning them to begin earning foreign exchange, even as local manufacturers, while competing globally.
It's been wonderful. To be honest, I thank God for BOI and all the developmental banks, NEPC, and everybody that has contributed to making MSME great in Nigeria. So we are all enjoying the benefits of some funding now, unlike before. Well, BOI this time considered gender and took many of us under gender to represent the women in business in Nigeria, especially those of us who are manufacturers. So they paid for everything, actually. They made it happen for us. Yeah. I thank them. I am eternally grateful for this exposure. And I think they're doing a great job promoting Made in Nigeria and bringing us to the world. I thank BOI. Yeah. It is a great opportunity to network. You get to see people doing similar things. You get to exchange ideas. You get to see best practices from other places. So you get to learn. You get to make contacts for technology transfer and networking generally. Because I believe that when we are together, we are stronger.
The Bank of Industry also extended the gesture to manufacturers in Africa. Usaini Saleh is the general manager of Rumbu Industries Limited.
We are the biggest manufacturer of polypropylene woven mat, so-called prayer mat in Africa and all at large, because we have the highest concentration of machineries what cannot be found in any place around the world. Well, Bank of Industry has played a significant part of our success story, because we have collected about 8 to 9 different facilities from BOI, and we have so far paid around about 7, and we are still on the last 2 at the moment, and so far so good, and it is quite encouraging. Well, it is by invitation. We have been invited by the Bank of Industry, and we feel it's a huge opportunity for us to be here, so we can explore the potentials that is inherited, that is embedded here at the exhibition center. And of course, it's a huge success, and we are proud of what we have seen here and what we have done.
As far as the federal government is concerned, there is no going back on supporting MSMEs in the country. They are doing this by deploying financial support as well as relevant capacity building programs. These are besides other social investment programs such as Empower, the cash transfer program, National Homegrown School Feeding Program, and more importantly, the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, otherwise known as Jeep Market Money and Trader Money, being executed by the Bank of Industry. The BOI, on its part, will continue to support MSMEs in every possible way, and that's clear from what you have seen on the show today. You should take advantage of these opportunities as they apply to you. For a start, visit any of the bank's branches closest to you or log on to their website at boi.ng. You can also apply for loans online. Simply download the BOI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. Feel free to tweet at me at KAY Alayande. For previous editions of the show, they're all available on youtube.com. Just type BOI Weekly in the search area, and they're all there for you to see. That's a wrap on the show for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.